Hey guys, one of our friends wants to know how do you accurately price a car so that you're not overpricing or getting ripped off. Um, there's definitely a bunch of ways you can do this. I have my own way that I've kind of done over the years. I'd love to share that with you guys. So, one of the things that I do is it kind of goes back to before you're selling the car itself, and it's just about keeping good records. So, we know you have to maintain and service your car, and if you just keep the receipts on hand, just throw them in the glove box and just kind of organize them that way. But just having those is really powerful as far as having something to show buyers when they're actually looking at your car, because a lot of people don't do that, and that really helps you kind of stand out amongst the crowd of people. Um, Secondly, I would just kind of go online around the area and find out what that car is selling for, right? So if I had a 2012 Toyota Camry XLE, I'd go online, I'd type that car into the search results, and I'd put in any kind of features or options that I have on there, like navigation or whatnot, and I would see what that car is selling for in the area. Now, typically dealers are going to price that car a little bit higher than a public party or a private party would, but I mean that's just kind of gives you a ballpark of where you need to be. Um, After that, I really make sure that your car is running as well as it can, right? So if there's any check engine lights on, or if there's any service that you need to get done, I would definitely take care of that before you're trying to sell your car. One of those things is that you see, a check engine light or something, and you freak out. You're like, "Oh, I'm gonna sell this car, so I don't have to mess with it." Your check engine light could be something as small and insignificant as you not screwing in your gas cap all the way. That's actually happened to me. Like that's happens to a lot of people that we just don't check little things, or maybe there's an O2 sensor that you need to replace. Again, it's a relatively inexpensive repair, and it could get you a lot more money back on the car that you're trying to sell. After that, I would actually go to CarMax. This is just me, but I'd go to CarMax and then they give you a value for your car immediately. It's a lot lower than what you can get typically from my experience, like selling it privately. But you know that absolutely rock bottom price. That's where you should be at, right? So that kind of gives you another gauge of where to be at. Um, then I go online and I for my high bounds, like where the top price should be, is I type that stuff in on an online appraisal tool. My favorite, obviously, Edmunds True Market Value. Shout out. I would go up there and determine the pricing of your car. Again, put in your make, model, and options. Have all that stuff set up, and it'll kind of give you three separate values as far as trade in, private party, and dealership. And it gives you a range of where you want to be at. So therefore, you kind of have your upper bounds from them and your lower bounds from CarMax. And after that, I mean, it really comes down to creating a good ad. You'd be surprised how many ads that are created that are just not really informative. They don't really tell the person much, and so the person doesn't know whether or not to give you a call for your car. Writing a cool ad, it's a little bit witty, maybe throw some humor in there, but actually really describe the car well and what you've done with it and maintained it, and you get a lot more calls that way. That way, you can really determine accurate pricing. And if people have cash to buy, or they've gotten pre-approval from their own credit union or something to buy from a private party, you get a ton of people calling you up because your pricing is usually going to be a little bit less than the dealership. So, um, I hope that answered your question. If you've got any more questions or anything explained in further detail, give us a shout. Keep asking away, guys.